Hi everyone, Jen Chesnick here today for Chic Tags, and we are going to do some sewing on layouts. A fun way I like to incorporate some stitching is to use my sketch pens on my Cameo. So if you have followed any of my layouts, you've seen a couple where I've done big shapes, and all I've done is go into the software for the silhouette and picked out my shape, designed my own, and then I've used sketch pens to create my pattern for me. So they come in all kinds of colors. Typically I like to use something pretty light, like maybe a light blue or a pale gray, to go ahead and sketch whatever design I want to stitch with. So for this layout, I'm going to start with this pattern paper was my inspiration, and that's what we'll be using later on the top of the layout. So I chose colors. I have a stitching kit from American Crafts, Amy Tangerine stitching kit, and I picked out 3 colors to use to do my title with. So the kit comes with a piercing needle, the little pad, and embroidery needles. You could also use the Sew Easy kit from We Are Memory Keepers, which I have as well. So it literally took me a minute to go ahead and sketch this out. I chose a big title. So to start, put the pad underneath, and using your piercing needle, you're going to go along, and depends on how big of stitching you want in between each dot. You could do really big if you were using some straight lines, or fairly small. So if you've never stitched before, done any kind of embroidery, you can go on YouTube and search embroidery stitching. There's all kinds of videos that show you different styles and technique for stitching. It's really not, difficult. It's more time consuming, I guess. But if you have the patience, it's really neat way to kind of personalize even more your projects. So you're going to go ahead and do that through your whole title, and the stitch that we are going to use is just a basic back stitch, and I'm using the twine that came from the kit. You could use I'm sure everybody has plenty of baker's twine, and I've used Lawn Fawn twine. It's a little thicker, so it takes a little bit to thread the needle. But so for this floss, I'm going to actually floss just splits. So I went ahead and split it down a little bit. So I'm using just a couple pieces of floss. Okay. So you don't have to tie the back off, you just kind of leave it like this. So to do the back stitch, you pick your starting point, and you're going to go one before your starting point. So if this is your starting point, you're going to start here. Okay, take your needle through and hold your thread on the back like this. Again, you don't need to knot it. Then you're going to go back to the first dot and go in like that. Then you're going to turn it over, and you're going to go to the third dot in front. So you can see that like this. And the way to tie off your thread, which it did already for me, is to just loop it under where you've already stitched. And then what I do is I put some washi tape over it to just hold it. So then you're going to go back, hence the back stitch, back through the hole you've already done, You're going to come back up through the 4th dot, okay, then back to the one you just previously stitched. If I can get this in here. There you go. So just like that, okay? And then when you run out of floss, it's okay. Just do the same thing and you're gonna tie it off. You can just push it underneath another one and then use washi tape and tape it down. What I'm gonna do is I think I'm going to change my colors throughout. So you can see my finished project on the Chic Tags blog. And I hope to see your stitching creation soon. Thank you very much.